We are back with the Daytona 500, and of course, Philip Torres, Kyle Larson, Kyle Busch, and Simon Torres. And of course, the battle for first and second is now between Busch and Phil Torres. Here come the rest of the field as we continue our broadcast. Here comes Flash Racer in the number 94. He's a teammate, but will he have enough speed to make it up there? And here he comes working his way through the pack, getting by the traffic. And of course, Keselowski staying in line. And here he comes. Flash Racer has two Chevys to work with. What will they do? And of course, Chastain is going to give Flash Racer the shot to the back bumper. And now it looks like as though now there's cars on the outside or behind on the inside pushing that inside line for the Chevrolet. So now it looks like a Chevy versus Toyota battle out front, as the Fords are fighting to catch up with what they have. And I'm pretty sure they might be saving momentum. Remember, these guys are smart super speedway racers. They could be saving their best for last, as Ford has won many, many races on super speedways. So here it is. There's slow cars out back. You have Ford, Chevy on the inside, Toyota on the outside. Here comes Alex Ross, another Toyota. Can this be another chance? That's a Toyota Sport car, so they're going to work together. Here they come. Here comes Alex Ross. His first year not in a Chevy. He is driving a Toyota Camry. And now it looks like they've got enough force to get that outside line moving. Kyle Busch is going to take the lead. And that whole outside line, because look at the shot. They're still trying to make way to get his run. But with his shot, he's going to contact between Truex and... Man, they are really pushing to get this Daytona 500. They know they want it bad, as these guys are working hard for it. And here come the rest of them. Tyler Reddick, Christopher Bell, and of course Alex Ross not going to have a lot of room to make passes. He's in traffic, but he really got that outside line going. And now it's Kyle Busch. Philip Torres has fallen back to third. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. in the number 47 Chevrolet. And now Chevy has one more car, but there's a little bit too much traffic. There is an opening, and believe it or not, here it comes. He gave Cindric a little shot, but he's going to line up right behind the Toyota, so he's going to get in the middle of that train. So he's going to kind of be in the middle of nowhere. If they decide they don't want to help him, he could fall back big. But it looks like he's going to be lodged in traffic and stuck where he is. He's stuck running where you are, Ricky Stenhouse. Here comes Chase Briscoe in the number 14. Ford Mustang, the most beautiful Ford paint scheme out here. Here he comes. And now it looks like he might be getting that run going. In fact, you know what? Here he goes. He even passed his teammates, but all that matters to him is he's going to allow those guys to get even closer to the front than ever. With the speed he has in that number 14 car, he's giving them that run. He's giving them that chance. And now the Fords, the slow cars are falling further and further behind as the leaders are battling. Kyle Busch and Simon Torres are out front competing for this Daytona 500. Here comes Ty Dillon in the number 42 Chevrolet Camaro. Let's see what he's got. Not a fast number at all, but hey, you know what? He's got his teammate to work with. And of course, he had a faster run, so he's going to push his teammate. As here they come. They're going to make that 42, 43 pair-up work as teammates. And the slower cars are falling behind, but it looks like those two are going to suck up and push hard and pass them. But they're still kind of out in the middle of nowhere. The battle is all the way up here, as still Kyle Busch has the lead in his crunchy cookie Camry. But here comes Lipman, Ryan Blaney. Let's see what he's got. Ryan Blaney has a high number. He could put a lot of force into Ford, but it looks like they are really going to be stuck in traffic. However, he has a high enough number to at least get past Joey Logano, as here they come. Blaney's going to slot his way in, and all of Team Penske, a little shot right there. They get a little contact, giving him a little push. It's not really going to be enough to get anywhere. They're stuck in traffic. But here he comes. He's in, but they have nowhere to go. Stenhouse is in the middle of nowhere in that 47 car on Flash Racers outside. Kyle Busch and Simon Torres still got first and second. Looks like who's going to be in third? It looks like Truex by a nose has third. Fourth for Phil Torres. And, of course, fifth, it looks like it's going to be for Denny Hamlin. But Kyle Busch, still your leader. He's never won the Daytona 500. Can today be the day? He's on the point. He's en route to winning stage 1. Here comes Harrison Burton in the 21. Harrison's not going to make it very far. And it looks like he is going to line up with the Fords. But now the 42 and 43 are going to lock up with him. Check that out. They don't care what manufacturer Harrison Burton is. They're going to try to help him and get their ways working to the front. And they actually got a faster run than Eric Almirola and Kevin Harvick. So back they go, and here comes the other two Chevys and, of course, Harrison Burton. And they're going to try to make that run work. And look at that. Harrison inserts himself into an even longer line of Fords with that run he just had. And the 23 and the 21 and 43 legendary numbers find each other on the track again. Here comes... Got 8 to go in stage 1. Here comes Jessica Monnet. And remember, who knows? There might not be a lot of room for her. That front is pretty jammed up. So the Toyota battle, the Toyota train is still fairly built up. But she'll probably have a hard time. But we'll have to see. There's 2 Toyotas left. So she may have to work with Bubba Wallace if he has a better run, which he's part of the next couple runs to go here. Jessica Monnet, here she comes. She got eliminated from the Open. In her words, was a disappointment. But she actually can't fit. Oh, she's stuck in traffic. So she's going to have to lock up with whoever she can. And it looks like it's going to be the 99 of Daniel Suarez. Can't really do much there. When you got traffic and packs with these next-gen cars, they can make it a traffic jam. And the front is all locked up by Kyle Busch and Simon Torres. Here comes Todd Gilliland in the number 38 Ford. Here they go. Here he goes. And he's got a really low number. And in fact, he's going to be the slowest thing on the field. But he's going to lock up with those cars. The slow cars right there. They can't really go anywhere. But the 38 is the slowest car on track, unfortunately. If he can find those Fords later on in stage 2, he could give himself a chance. But just look at the traffic. Just look at the jam session out front. Look at those guys. Kyle Busch and Simon Torres are glad to be out in front of all of it, as they are looking to dominate the Daytona 500, working together. Of course, you see Simon Torres, Kyle Busch, still trying to propel themselves away from the pack, because they know that Truex, Hamlin, Phillip, Torres, and Larson, they're hoping that those Toyotas are fast enough to catch them later. Here comes Chris Buescher in the number 17. Here he goes. He's going to find his teammate, Brad Keselowski, right there. So that's good news. Keselowski has found his teammate right there. And he's going to get past. There he goes. RFK. These 3 cars used to be teammates when Newman was in the 6th. But now Keselowski is down to 2 cars. He has his focus, as we interviewed him, he has his focus on only 2 cars. The 3rd car was not going to be run, and that's why AZB is running that number 36 for Front Row Motorsports. And RFK here is working together right behind Joey Logano. We've got 5 laps to go. Bubba Wallace, your next driver. Let's see if he has a fast enough car to catch Jessica Monnet, the other Toyota that's left. And of course, he's going to work his way through the pack. Too much traffic for the number that he rolled. And his number wasn't higher than Jessica Monnet, so they're just going to lock up right where they are. Can't really go anywhere. They just kind of got unlucky with where they started. But they are there where they are. But Toyota looks like they're going to solidify, try to get stage 1. Doesn't look like much is going to change up here. We're just going to have to see how it goes, because these things at super speedways really, really change. And it changes in a heartbeat. So Simon Torres and Kyle Busch got to continue praying to the Lord that everything will be okay. And they will stay out front to get some stage points. Here comes Cole Custer in the number 41. Cole Custer, not a fast number, not a fast rolling number, but hey, they are going to push ahead of the Petty camp. So there they go. He had a fast enough number to at least, a high enough number to at least get these other two Fords ahead of the Petty Racing pack. Not really that there's many of them. I mean, look how far back they are compared to the field. But Cole Custer is going to find his teammates. But of course, Chase Briscoe, look how far up he is compared to his teammates. He's up there with the Penske, Chastain, and of course, number 47 of JTG Doherty, who is still out in the middle of nowhere, but starts to find himself comfortable around those Chevys. And of course, the three cars left to go are Chevys. Let's see how far he can make it. Austin Dillon, the number 3. He's a Daytona 500 champion. He knows how to do it. And we got a big one. We got a crash. Gregson gets away. LaJoy, Austin Dillon, and Todd Gilliland are collected. Your first wreck of 3 cars. They are wrecked out. And that is the first 3 DNFs of the Flashracing Cup season. They are out. Looks like the 7, the 3, and the 38 have been collected in a crash, and their days are over. And of course, Gregson got away from it and got enough of a shot to get ahead of the Petty Racing camp. And of course, the race is still going on. Let's see if the Toyotas can still manage this race. Here comes the last 2 cars in stage 1. Here comes William Byron in the number 24. Holy cow. Oh no, that's a high number, but there's a lot of traffic, so we're gonna have to see what he does, how he makes it work, and he can't get much further. He is stuck in traffic, and he could get underneath these 2 Toyotas with the run he had. So looks like Bubba Wallace and Jessica Monad are the only slow Toyotas. But it looks like William Byron's going to get himself up in the Chevy pack. And there he is. And of course, one more to go with those two Toyotas out front. Kyle Busch and Simon Torres. Here comes Kaz Gralla and the number 50 Pit Viper Chevrolet for the money team. Here he goes. Not a fast number, but he's going to get himself stuck in... Oh, he's going to get himself in the middle of a Ford party right here, folks. So that is going to be interesting to see. And now Harrison is going to lose a spot. Izzy B is going to stay right where she is. And of course, now that 50's in the middle of nowhere. But all of that means nothing as of right now. Because guess what? The first ever stage of the Flashracing Cup Series. And the Toyotas still have a hold out front. And here they come down the front straightaway. Simon Torres is going to push his boyhood hero to the stage win. Kyle Busch wins the stage and gets the 10 stage points. And of course, Truex and Hamlin had a faster run than those other Chevys did. Oh, boys. This is going to be interesting for the rest of this Daytona 500. Toyota has gotten the first stage win of the day. Check that out, folks. And this is how they're going to line up for the next round. Of course, Kyle Busch gets the stage win. Of course, that's where they're going to be going down pit road. Who knows? This could change. Pit stops change everything. Let's go over the top 10 of getting stage points. Kyle Busch, Simon Torres, Martin Truex Jr., Denny Hamlin, Philip Torres, Kyle Larson, Tyler Reddick, 8th for Bowman, 9th for Christopher Bell, and Chase Elliott 10th. So those are your stage point winners. So now they're going to go down pit road as now the caution is out. The yellow flags are out and it's time for them to come down pit road. And these Toyotas are going to really have to have good pit stops to maintain their track position. Let's see how pit stops unravel. Alright folks, the top 8, we will get to see their pit stops. And let's see who will be out first. Judging by the spinner, let's see who's out. Looks like pit stall number 4 is out. Denny Hamlin. Let's see if he speeds down pit road. Looks like he'll be all good. 45 mile an hour. Denny Hamlin is going to be starting out front in the next stage. Let's see who's next. Row number 3, Martin Truex Jr. Welcome to the top 2, and he's in. So we got Hamlin and Truex on the front row. Row number 5, Philip Torres, a great pit stop. Awesome. 45 mile an hour, he did not speed, he is all good. Let's see who's next. Row number 8 of Alex Bowman. He's out next. Talk about a Chevy shakeup. He's all good to go. Let's see who's next. Row number 1, Kyle Busch. He's rolling right on out. And back onto the racetrack. Let's see who's next. Off of pit road. Row number 6 is out next. Of course, we have Kyle Larson. There you go. Don't speed. And here comes the next one. Simon Torres is finally out. A slower pit stop than he needed, but he will be out there just fine. And now, the slow pit stop is Tyler Reddick. What has gone wrong with Tyler Reddick? It looks like a pit crew mistake has happened while changing the tires. No fault to the equipment. The pit crew made a mistake, and it cost Tyler Reddick a lot of spots on the racetrack. So that's really, really unfortunate for him. He's going to lose about 5 to 7 spots maybe with that one. Very, very unfortunate. But he's going to come right on out. So with 34 laps to go, this is how they will come off of pit road. This is how they'll run. We have Martin Truex Jr., Denny Hamlin. We're just going to run down for you. Of course, the leaders lost their track position on pit road, but they are still in the mix up here in the top 8. And this is how they're going to run down the field. Of course, 2 of the Chevys found their ways to work up. That was Philip Torres and Alex Bowman. And here is the rest of the field. This is how these guys will line up heading into stage 2 here in the Flashracing Cup Series Daytona 500. It's been an interesting first stage of the Flashracing Cup Series Daytona 500. The Toyotas were dominant. Chevrolet was right behind the runner-ups, and the Fords were falling back in stage 1. But of course, the great pit stops kept Toyota in the game for the Daytona 500. Stay tuned for stage 2. Denny Hamlin and Martin Truex Jr. are the first off of pit road.